You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 14th meeting for the LaPorte County Drainage Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call the LaPorte County Drainage Board meeting to order. Stand and have the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mark Scarborough.
Present.
Chad Herches.
Here.
Connie Grammarosa.
Present.
Jeff Mitzner.
Present.
Pat Vance. John Matwishin.
Present.
Can I have approval of last month's minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Scipio Sunrise.
I went out there, last meeting you'd asked me to go out and take a look to make sure the well wasn't back running again. I went out twice since the last meeting, including last Friday, and the well hasn't been turned back on again.
Okay.
So that's all I had.
Did they receive the letter? We didn't hear anything from them?
No response, but the cease and desist did go out. So apparently they're not running the well, or the pump.
I guess if you're in the area, just check on it and
Okay.
see what's going on. Davey Armour of the Rodman Ditch Project.
I went out there on Friday as well. I seen where the highway department had cleaned out and made it nice and part of their yard. And Elmer has gone out and seeded as requested as part of the contract.
So we're all good there?
I hope so.
Okay. White Ditch Project.
I actually went up there twice since the last meeting as well, to check on, to see what projects or what structures have been removed or are still there. Some of the trees have been removed. Frank Zoltan is one of the properties up towards the state line. He was in the process of removing some of the trees. The people that had the landscaped area with a lot of pine trees, they were taking those out and replanting, or putting them into pots and getting them out of the way. The structures haven't changed. Neither of the sheds have been moved, and the fence is still there.
When's he gonna start?
Talked to Al. He said late October, early November. But he will be finished by the end of November, he said that. He said he wants the leaves to be off before he starts, so I guess that's why there's a range from October to mid-November.
So we got 2 sheds and a fence that he's gonna have to remove?
No, the fence and the shed are on Dinah Dumbrie's property, and the other shed is on the, I don't know the homeowner's name, but it's just down the road from, just a little bit down from Dinah.
Can he not work around them? Sheds?
No.
They're-
I don't think so. The only one that I think that might be close is the shed on Dinah's property. But I don't think because he's going to bring in the big one, the big excavator, so.
She's here, isn't she?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, hi, Dinah.
Are you gonna get your stuff removed?
We're going to be working on it. Ray has been going under. Get to a microphone.
Could you have to come to the microphone? You need to come over.
Hi, Dinah Dumbris, Michiana Shores, Indiana. Yes, we're going to be working on ours. Unfortunately, Ray has been going under new chemotherapy and is currently in a very fragile position, so this has not been our priority. Ray's health has been number one. I've been speaking with someone who works with trees in our community, and I tried to reach Al Alsop because he wanted to arrange with him on what he could do with the trees. However, I can't get an answer from him. So perhaps you can ask Al Alsop to return the calls to me or to the gentleman who's going to be working on the trees.
Sure.
You know, he wanted to talk to him because some of them he felt that he could actually bend back, you know, the ones that are farthest from the ditch instead of taking out. And then we understand about the one that has to come out and the fence will come out, you know, and stuff. So anyway.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions on the White Ditch? Beaver Dam's Hendrick Drain.
I got a response from the Berrien County trapper, Dean Hartman. He said he's got a trapper lined up, that they were going to do it in last week, actually 2 weeks ago. He's going to trap the beavers, but he's not sure if he's going to remove the dam or if he has to get someone else to get the dam removed. But so they're working on it, but I haven't heard from them whether that's been done yet. And I contacted Sam to go up and take a look and see what he thought. So do you want to come up, Sam?
Yeah, I'm Sam Martin, live in Culver. I'm a nuisance trapper. I went out to the location and surveyed it. All the way up to the Michigan Dam, it's pretty dry. It's nothing like the June picture showed whatsoever. It'd be perfect time to go ahead and get in there and rip out the dam before the rains come this fall, because if any more water backs up behind that dam, it's going to be pretty mushy and pretty hard to get to. There's like a Y in that ditch right there. I don't know if that was intentionally done. It has a landmass in the center with two dams that are actually obstructing the flow and building up, going back towards one of the ponds. My partner and I would be interested in helping you out. I don't have an exact number worked up right now, because if it starts raining and the conditions change and the water level raises, then I'd have to throw out a completely different estimate than what it is with the conditions as of now. If you guys want me to, I can email you something within the next week or whatever, if the conditions don't change, and we can get started as soon as you approve it.
So we got a beaver dam in Michigan and we got a beaver dam in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
So do you feel as though the beavers are in Michigan or if they're in Indiana?
The beavers are in Indiana. And I don't know that the trapper is going to have much luck in Michigan at this point until you guys get some more rain. If you get rain up in here and it floods out that ditch going into Michigan, starts backing up onto their side of the dam, there will be use, because there was evidence of use earlier on this year of that ditch line going up to that dam. But if that dam gets removed and the water's allowed to flow away freely, I believe that the beaver will stay out of Michigan. They'll stay completely in Indiana. I can't tell you which one of the ponds the beavers are predominantly living in, but they are definitely accessing all of your drainage, all the drainage, just trying to block it up so that they have better habitat for themselves.
Does this water flow towards Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who requested this? Was it
Well, this is the one that it's kind of a long story where the guy put in the tile to drain the pond on his property. And then there was a complaint that because of that, he thought that's why he was getting extra water on his property. Tony, myself, and the homeowner, Harry Skozik, we walked up there and found the beaver dam on the Indiana side. And then Tony, that's where Tony said there's another one in Michigan. And then he drew up that drainage report that he submitted a couple meetings ago. And that's where this whole thing got started. And the Hedrick drain is one that we don't have assessments on. So if we'd have to borrow from the improvement fund to pay for it. Unless we can get somebody up there to pay for it, one of the homeowners.
So if we pull the one in Indiana.
So wait, there's this is a court drain, but we don't have any money in this account?
Right, it's one we don't have assessments on.
I got a beaver dam on one of my ditches too. Is he gonna come down and do mine? I already know how that's gonna work.
I'd be more than willing to help you out on anything.
That was just a sarcasm deal.
If he pulls the one in Indiana, and if we don't pull the one in Michigan, is it really going to matter?
Nope. Got to get the Michigan one out. That has to come out first. Now, I'll contact the guy from Michigan, Dean Hartman from Berrien County. I'll contact him this week and to see if they've gotten it out up there.
Because we've
guess
been
not-
dealing with this for a while, haven't we?
Huh?
We've been dealing with this for a while.
Since June,
But my question is we don't have any money in there.
so I don't know how we.
So how do we do that, Brad? I mean,
Well, I mean, you can still request the quote, but that doesn't mean you're going forward with it unless you fund it. And so the funding options are either you borrow from the general fund or the homeowners up there pay for it themselves. I mean, you're willing to offer a quote, you can share the quote with the homeowners or the property owners, the landowners.
well, you're on the same page as what I thought. So why don't you go and give us a quote, get that to us, and then we'll share that with the property owners and see what they want to do.
I can do that.
All righty, thank you.
Time.
Drain crossing application, Hudson Arms, Saugony Lake.
All right, this is, I received an email from the company that's doing this project on Saugony Lake, the sewer drain, and they also copied John Maushin as well. They've changed what we approved. We approved this back in, this got approved back in December of last year. This is not one that we had Tony look at the time because the pipe was going to be far enough below the ditch that wasn't going to be an issue, but now they want to change that and they want to raise the elevation of this pipe. And I think we need to have Tony take a look at this. The guys requested a meeting on site with us, but I think we should get Tony out there with us as well because
How much money do we have left in the fund? Sufficient?
We had $1,625 left.
Okay.
So there's money there yet that we can,
Is that to the end of the year?
that's till the end of the year. So do I have a motion to that, to have Tony go out there with those guys and take a look at this?
Yeah, I make that motion to have Tony to be with you guys when you're looking at it.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Bank spraying, Heritage Drone Service compensation. Who wants to start?
Well, Chad and myself met at Rodman, and Chad, you were pretty okay with what he'd done there.
Yeah, once he went through and had explained, a little bit more about, I'd never had any experience with drone following up on, and he made sense of what they had done there. I actually learned a lot about the drone spraying thing. It's virtually impossible for them to fly over the top of trees to do that because of drift and all that. So what he had done, and out in the KOP out there in the ordnance plant, it is tougher to get in, and I think we kind of came up with that solution that day, that going forward on the ditch bank spraying thing, we need to set some kind of expected parameters as to what's going on, because he did spray along the ditch where there was 30-foot wide tree, a 30-foot wide path of trees. It was a little hard to get in there. So I think he satisfactorily had done what he intended to do. So I think he's probably entitled to his, because everywhere else had been pretty decent. We kind of agreed. Kankakee looked good. Up there by us had kind of looked pretty decent. So there was just a couple areas in the KOP where they had a hard time accessing, and I think he did the best that he could with what he had. So.
So are you saying that those ditches need to be paid, or what do you expect?
Yeah, I think he should be paid for what he did. I think he did. Don't you, John? I mean, I think he came through and did the job. Once he explained what he could do. When I was originally, I was under the impression they just took the drone and flew over the top of the trees and sprayed. That was I thought, oh, that'll be, wow, that'll really brown everything up. Well, he said that laws, regulations, stuff like that, they can't fly those things over the top of the trees because of the drift. If he's up here 60 feet in the air, then he said the just the droplets, move out and like into the game preserve area there. He said they wouldn't be real pleased with him if he killed everything in a 75, 80 foot swath in their property. So, I mean, I didn't realize any of that. So once he explained what they can and can't do, but I do think we need to come up with something for future expectations so we all know what going into it, what the bank spraying is going to entail. I think that's kind of what we left that day, didn't we, John?
Yeah, and me and Jeff have talked about this too, that we're going to be one of these meetings here before the next time we put out the bank spraying bids. We need to talk about specific, exactly what we want, what kind of chemicals we're going to use, which side, both sides they're going to spray. And, Jeff showed me out where he is at his area where he sprayed, and that's what I envisioned it would look like in the spraying, and that's something that we need to put into the bids too, to make sure we get it really specific about exactly what we want going forward.
Well, and the ditch that I went and looked at, what is the name of that ditch?
That was the O'Hara.
The O'Hara ditch. And we spray that one every year. Is that what you told me?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like 5 years.
I don't know if nobody's ever gone out and looked at these things after these guys have gotten done, but that ditch ain't been sprayed. I mean, I know what a ditch should look like when it gets sprayed. I mean, maybe I do a little bit heavier than what everybody else does, but it looks like it's never been touched. So, I mean, yeah, there was a few trees here and there that was dying, but and it's just not Heritage Drone. It was previous that you could tell that there's been nothing sprayed.
Right.
So, I think that we need to. We need before and after pictures to carry this through to make sure, but excuse me. Excuse me again. So we need to make sure that we carry this through to make sure what we have going on. And like I said, we need to get a little bit more in depth in what we want people to do.
Yeah.
Because I guess my idea of spraying a bank is different than what other people's spraying a bank is, and if we're going to spray a bank and spend the money, we're going to have it dead.
Yeah.
So,
Can you pay on a % kill moving forward?
we could,
You kill 80%, you only get paid 80%.
you could,
I mean,
but if they use the concoction that I say that we need to use, it'll be dead. But I don't.
as long as you get the coverage. Like
Yeah.
what you were saying when he sprayed with the drones, could he have sprayed that with the backpacks? Or could he have sprayed that with the four-wheelers?
I think I
I've done a better job.
They went in and sprayed with the four-wheelers.
Yeah, I think most of it they sprayed with the four-wheelers, and they
Yeah.
sprayed with the drone.
Right, and he was apprehensive. He told us that day. He says with the wind and the drift and all that kind of stuff. I think the liability is quite heavily on that. And the big thing is some of the ditches that they sprayed. The ditches here, you've got 60 feet of hard trees right here to get to the ditch. I think it would be a little bit difficult to get in.
And like that O'Hara ditch, that one there, I'm thinking the first mile and a half of that, why are we even spraying it?
Right.
Because the bank's already 30 feet wide or 20 feet wide on both sides, and I'm thinking, well, why are we spraying this? All we're doing is keeping the farmer from, I mean, if we go in there to do anything, we need to, there has to be an excavator in there anyway, because we're not doing anything. Now, if you get down there further where the ditch is, where there's no trees on the one side of the ditch, then fine, that's where we need to spray at. But that's another thing we need to look at is where these ditches are 30 foot wide on both sides. There's no reason for us to be paying to go in there and spray those. Now, if we go in and clean it up, that's one thing, and then we keep it sprayed. But to go in there and spray that, because that first mile and a half or whatever that was on that O'Hara ditch, I don't even think that, I mean, he's not going to do any good. He's not going to kill those big trees unless we go in there with the excavator. So.
Well, that's another thing. Maybe once we identify which ditches we're going to do next year, maybe I need to go out there and just walk the entire ditch and say, okay, this section's okay, or with you guys or someone in whatever area we're in, someone could join me, and we can just go through and say, okay, this spot doesn't need to be done, like you said.
Be more specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to walk. That'll be the tail walking the entire stretch.
I know we ain't walking. We'll be driving.
Driving.
I'm not into walking.
Well, you know, we mentioned that day, like, and you had said that last meeting, I believe it was, that Davy Arm of the Rodman ditch, the one that Elmer had just cleaned in Stillwell there. Now that one, after he cleaned it, you know, and mowed it down, that should be on the ditch bank spraying for next year, because, you know, that you're starting to get all the shumac trees and everything coming back. I think if we cleaned, then we should spray. You know, so like you said, we're not killing enough vegetation off with the spray to do anything good, so maybe.
Well, and that, now they have access to it, and, you know,
Yeah.
like you said, that stuff will be up here like that,
Yeah.
and the stuff.
5 feet tall already.
Well, but we'll smoke that stuff.
Yeah.
And that stuff will get smoked when we,
And I think that's the ditch now that we should keep on the, you know, we need to put that on the record to clean, or to spray that next year, because that would do a pretty good, we'd be on top of it then. Like Mark said, those shumac trees have grown 2.5 feet already this summer, you know, like I said, next spring they'll be 6 foot tall. I think they're the only thing that grows in the winter, so.
Mine are 6 foot tall, but
Yeah.
mowed last year already.
so back to the compensation, we'll table some of this stuff for the rest to another meeting before we send those packets out.
Yeah.
Back to the compensation, that O'Hare ditch I looked at, I'm not happy with the kill on that at all. But again, he was out there and did it, but, we probably need to compensate him something, but, so what is it that we owe him?
The bid was 5,000 on the O'Hara.
What is on the other ones?
The Little Kankakee was 3,058, and the Rodman was 5,125.
What was the last one?
5,125. That was the Rodman.
We pay him on one already.
We paid him on one, right?
Bull Ditch, yep,
Bull Ditch got paid. I don't know how much was that?
3,750.
On that O'Hara, how many miles was that? Did you have that written down, or how many feet?
It's $500 a mile, 7.95. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Hold on. That was the Rodman. 7.7 miles for the O'Hara. The Rodman was 7.95. And the Little Kankakee was 4.356.
Which one did you look at?
We went, looked at the Rodman. I met John Jacob.
DNR,
Yeah,
down at DNR property.
This, through everything else was, you know, he managed to get a pretty decent kill through the areas that they did go north of the DNR. The DNR had, you know, the DNR is, there's a lot of kill out there that needs to be done in some spots there, and the areas that they did spray, they, you know, got some sort of a kill. They just didn't get the 30 or 60 foot wide kill, I think, that everybody anticipated there, so.
All right, what do we want to do? So you're,
Happy with the Rodman?
I'm content that he got most of it done. I mean, everybody likes, everything you'd like to see would be better, but I believe he did a good enough job that he should be paid for what he did, because he
is that
did.
a motion on the Rodman?
Yeah.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. So that leaves us the bull? No, we already paid the bull.
Little Kankakee and O'Hara.
Little Kankakee. That's your area.
Yeah, I did. I went and looked at the Little Kankakee, and everything was good there. He
That a
should be
motion?
paid. Yep, make a motion to pay him on that.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
O'Hara? Half.
If you're the one who went and looked at it, you tell us.
I'm telling, I can't make the motion. I'm looking at you telling you half.
I'll make the motion then, so.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did you say half?
Half.
Jeff? Okay.
Motion passed. Any other questions on the bank spraying? Monthly reports, Hudson Lake.
Georgette Joy, 7299 East Hudson Point Lane, New Carlisle. The lake level is really low. It's over 6 inches below the weir. That's 2 feet below the ideal, well, the acceptable. So now the uninhabited island is starting to grow and all that lake bed is coming up and exposed. So that's going to really hit us with the invasive species and all that to start planting there. We're also trying to dredge along there. We're at the very last portion of the South Channel dredge, and it's supposed to swoop around and go up to the island, and then in future ones we'll make the island that's now a peninsula back into an island. So that's a little discouraging. We're treating the phragmites it's a natural species in the area, but they're going crazy as far as growth. So we treated 2 areas. That was just done. They were trying to do a drone, actually with the airboat, and it was so tall it was wrapping itself around the propellers, and they had to go to a drone for the one section by the island. But they got the treatment done, and they'll do another one in the spring. And again, it was thanks to some homeowners' donations and Amazon grants that we were able to do that. The drain is closed. They did the tree removal on the Taylor ditch, which was your number 6. I think we skipped over it, but anyway, that took place. And I looked at it, it looked decent, and John looked at it, and it was good. So that's all covered by St. Joe's with the money. And so we did do another treatment on the starry stonewort in late September. So we've done all the treatments that we're going to do for the year. And again, help with Amazon for covering that. We did measurements for the dredging that's been done. The hope was that when we looked along the South Channel that they would be 4 to 5 feet, and they've gone 6 feet deep. So that's wonderful, because then when the water comes, it's going to be a good 8 feet deep. So yay, we'll finally have some good navigation through there. And so Amazon is sponsoring a community event at the Armory in South Bend. I'm sending the invite to John. He could share it with you, and you're welcome to go. It's on October 28th, 11:30 to 1:30. I'm going to go because we want to encourage them, that we appreciate what they're doing and give us more money. So, and that's it.
All righty, any questions? All right, thank you. Brad, you got anything?
Nope.
John?
I just wanted to mention that we met, 2 members of the board, and I met last week, and we're probably going to still need further discussion. The path forward is not clear at this time. Just want to mention that so that it's in the record.
I have nothing from the joint boards. Did we do number 6? The Hudson Arm or the Taylor Ditch tree removal project?
No, I don't think we did.
Okay, what do you got on that?
I thought Al did a great job on that. He got all the trees out that we requested. He chipped some of them. Some of them he put and then reinforced the bank, which I thought was a good idea. I don't know, he hasn't gotten much communication with John Law from St. Joe County. He doesn't really want, he's kind of thrown his hands up, doesn't want anything to do with this project. So I said it would look good, but I don't know if John Law is going to go out and look at it or not. I don't know.
Okay.
But I thought he did a good job.
Okay. We got one more thing we got to add to the agenda here. A surf internet needs a crossing or a
drain
crossing 500 south in the Travis ditch for fiber optic internet. I suppose it's going to be a Tony deal.
I don't think we need Tony to look at this one, because they're going to go a minimum of 48 inches below the ditch, and I think that's probably okay. Unless you guys think they should go deeper, we can request that they put that on the application.
48 inches below the
bottom of the ditch.
Bottom of the original bottom.
I believe so. Yeah.
That water line or?
Yeah. The
ditch bottom.
Yeah. What do we?
Bottom. It's in there, but I'm pretty sure it says ditch bottom. But they have a comment in there, they're leaving it up to the issuer, so we can put whatever we want in there, and they probably go whatever depth we want.
Needs to be 48 inches below the original bottom of the ditch.
Okay.
Is there a culvert close to shoot?
Bridge.
Is there a bridge there? Yeah, but you want to call it, know what the bottom is.
But I don't think Tony needs to look at that one.
It's right there on 500.
Yeah, I would say 48 inches below would be.
Minimum 48 inches below the bottom of the ditch, not water line, bottom of the ditch. Original bottom of the ditch. How long has it been since it's been cleaned?
God.
Oh, there we go. So we don't even know where the bottom of the ditch is at.
Exactly.
How much water runs in that ditch?
All LaPorte.
I mean, how deep is it?
Depends how.
Microphone.
Probably a foot to 3 foot, depending on the season.
We just need to make sure they get it down far enough.
Okay.
Which ditch is it?
Travis.
Did you make that motion? Somebody make it?
No, nobody's made a motion yet. Do I have a motion?
Motion that they're 48 inches below the bottom of the ditch?
Original bottom.
Original bottom.
Okay.
And if they have a question on that, then they need to make sure that they're on the same page with us.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Speaking of that, I just want to ask, did up down there by me on the Eckert ditch, did anybody ever get back in contact with you?
No.
I think we need to pursue that.
Okay.
There's too many places where they cross the Eckert ditch, and we have no idea what they did, where they did it. I mean, I know where they did it, but if we go to dig that ditch, whose fault is that if we hit that?
Yeah.
Who is they?
It was, what was the name of that company?
I don't recall their name right now. I've been in
Fiber optic
contact
line.
twice.
The fiber optic line.
Yeah, I've talked to the guy with the company, and he told him what they needed to do, and I followed up to tell him, kind of reiterate that this is important, that we get these, these are all going to be, after the fact, they're going to have to do, these already been done, so hopefully they've gone deep enough, but I still haven't gotten back from him. I'll send something else to him again.
Who's giving the permits? I mean,
Well, there is nobody that gave a permit for this. They never came to us or anything.
Yeah, they didn't.
You wouldn't even know that was done if I wasn't on the board and said something.
so should they be going to the building commission for? I know that they give permits. All those aren't all the
Yeah, I mean, what easement, obviously they're crossing your easement, but what other easement are they using to install the lines? Are they using a utility easement or county easement or?
Well, a lot of these are right next to the road, so there would be part
Oh,
of it.
county.
So
So
so these should be going to the building commission, and then if it's gonna cross a ditch, then the building, we're gonna have to talk
Well,
to the director, Mike Poland, and make sure that when he knows it's gonna cross a ditch, that he contacts.
Well, the
drainage
bad part about
board.
it is they when they cross the ditch in our easement, they have all the boxes in our easements now. To where they connected after they went through the ditch and then they started digging again, they got all the boxes in our easements. So that's gonna create a problem. So
A lot of them are probably 75 feet out, aren't they? By the time they came out.
I don't think so.
No, because we've had some problems where the boxes are, because of the water that's running through, the box kind of falls over and leans because
Oh, so they put
when
it right at the
when the
edge.
ground saturates so much, they kind of like fall over. So I think that we're going to have to get some kind of agreement with the building commission and make sure that they understand that if it's going to be close to our drainage, that
Yes.
we're notified.
I'm gonna say that you need to notify them. If they don't get back to you within a week, Brad, you need to send them a letter.
Yeah, and I think also then if John can follow up with Mike, I'll talk with Doug. Doug's my partner's the attorney for the plan commission, building commissioner, so make sure it's on their radar as well.
Okay.
Because there's a large number of crossings too. They crossed a lot of.
Well, they crossed the Mockler, they crossed the Eckert in at least 3 places. 1, 2, 3 that I can think of. They crossed the Mockler, and they had to come across somewhere down there by you somewhere. I don't know
Came
where.
down 1800.
Oh, they came down 1800, so there's
So over that small ditch.
that small ditch there.
Crap.
I can come down there and I can document every single one.
So
of
that
them.
means they
They're easy
crossed
to
the
find.
Hannah. they had to go underneath the Hannah.
Big pole
right?
sticking out of the ground with an orange top on it, so you can't miss it.
Well, that,
They had to cross the Hannah.
that's right at the Mockler.
No, they had to, down there by
Oh, yeah,
Topus.
yeah,
They had
yeah,
to cross somewhere there.
yeah.
So they did cross in quite a few places, so we need to make sure that we,
Okay.
you know, before they get this thing all set up and ready to go, that there's not an issue.
This project, I think it started, I think you talked to him too, it started in Ohio and it's going all the way up to Wisconsin or something?
Someplace like that, yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. So, I guess follow up on that and let's make sure we get something on that. No claims this week, $1,625 available in the engineering fund. You got any public comment? With no public comment, we'll have adjourned. Next meeting will be November 4th at 8:30. Different day.
3 weeks from today.
3 weeks from today, November 8th. You probably ought to send a text message out to everybody, John, to remind us on that deal.
All right, I
If
will.
you would,
You
please.
can do it every week if you want. Next Tuesday, I'll send it. Next week.
2 weeks, 1 week.
You've got so much time on your hands.
Make a motion.
Meeting adjourned.